Well, hello and welcome to week 105 update for Icarus. I'm here with me, myself, and I tonight as Cornet is unable to join us from his holidays, which is just as well because he needs the time off. So let's jump straight in. We are at week 105, and this week we have 3 new rustic signs and an upcoming content sneak peek. New raw woods rustic signs added and a bunch of information on our upcoming content, which we always like. So, week 105 is here, and with it, the start of our 3rd year of Icarus. Wow, already? I can't believe it's been that long. I really can't. This week we are adding 3 new rustic sign variations in both ground and floor variations with a more raw design than the standard wood design. Hey Michael, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday to you. And you're more than welcome. It's good to have somebody in the chat. Then I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. How have you been? I hope you've been good. What's your weather been like? Ours has been absolutely appalling. Fighting with wind and rain yesterday. Lots of wind and heavy rain combined do not make good driving conditions. And for 3 days before that, everybody was having to try and drive on an ice rink. It was so much fun. Not dangerous, though, I will say. Moving on, we've also got a ton of information on upcoming updates and features for all the new players who have joined us from our recent free weekend. I'm really glad that worked out. Really glad that worked out. Good for you. Good for you guys. These are all scheduled for next year, as our team will be focusing on smaller updates over the Christmas break while spending time with their families. However, you can still expect some big features like our batteries and electrical network soon, and our weekly updates will continue just like they have for the last 2 years. Michael says, sunny and 21 degrees C. Oh, I'm so jealous. Oh, but we pay for this Southern California weather. You fancy doing a swapsies? I'd love sunny and 21 degrees right now. Oh my God. Let's jump in and have a read. Now, I will say I don't have just as much time to game the game anymore as I used to, which is such a shame because I love it so much. And B, I don't actually keep that up to date with the same Discord channels as Cornet does, so I won't be a wealth of information tonight. Anyway, the notable improvements are as follows. They've added beacons behind the armor slots, light slot. Sorry, let's try that again. Added icons, not beacons, icons behind the armor slots, light slot, and bulk slots. They fixed an issue with the hotkeys not showing correct keys when rebound. Yeah, I can see that being a big issue. They fixed fur issues on rare bear rugs, which is good because I remember having said to Corney last week about the fact that the brown bear rug literally buries its head in the floor. So you can now right click to drop animal carcasses whilst focus and carrying them. Okay, good to know. Not that I carry that many animals anymore. And this image here is a good example as to what the new rustic signs are going to look like. So this week we have rustic signs. They've added 3 new raw wood signs, each with a ground and wall mounting variation. These are unlockable at Tier 1 and craftable on the player, requiring wood, sticks, and fibre. These have a more rustic look than the refined look of the standard wood sign, so would suit a cabin-style base. And here we have an image, and given that it's looking kind of purple, I would assume that is a Prometheus map and one of the forested areas by the look of it, and that I think is quite possibly a platinum or titanium spear. Definitely a spear, not too sure on the type. If you know anything different, Michael, please feel free to let me know. Or anybody else who's watching, jump in and give us a heads up if you know what kind of spear this is. Coming soon, batteries and networks updates. Batteries are in their internal testing phase, and we're actually fixing issues with the changes made to the electricity system, many of which affect existing systems that now have to be updated. So what they're saying is they tested the batteries and found out that it broke some stuff, so now they've fixed the issues that broke the stuff, which is good. We like fixes. Batteries will be an adjustment to how the energy generation system works, and they'll provide an off-peak, in quotes, storage system that allows you to keep working around the clock, which is good because I remember Cornet having said that when you're using a lot of solar panels, they only work during the day, obviously. And I have actually seen him take a solar panel up to as far as he can possibly go before hitting the ceiling bar, just so that he can put a solar panel up there so that he can get the sunshine at 6 o'clock in the morning instead of 10 o'clock in the morning by the time it hits the bottom of the valley. So, yeah. This also means that we need to make changes to how machines operate with an energy source. So certain machines will slow down or stop when underpowered. They kind of stop when they're underpowered already. So they don't slow down. So just as soon as there's no power, as soon as there isn't enough power, everything switches off. So coming soon, we have a taming expansion, which is really going to chuff Cornet's boots because he rides mounts an awful lot more than I do. So another large update coming soon is our taming expansion, where we'll be adding a ton of depth to the mounts system. This includes adding levels to mounts, their own unique talent trees, and even mounts being transferable from one prospect to another, which would be super sweet. This is a substantial amount of content to add and is still in early development. We'll keep you posted as we make progress. Well, you've been keeping us posted every week for the last 2 years, so we trust you on that one. And a quick peek here at future updates. There's an image here of a buffalo with a cart. So that particular prospector's carrying a lot of stuff. So we have a lot of new players this week. Good for you guys. Well done. So we wanted to give you a look into some of the content we'll be adding over the next few months as a mix of weekly updates and larger updates. The first one we have is bees. Wild beehives will spawn around the map and will host aggressive bees that you'll have to deal with. You'll also be able to raise domestic beehives and harvest honeycomb for honey and beeswax. And mead. Nice. Beeswax means candles, though, so. More animals. Nice. We'll also be adding bats, kiwi birds, sheep, and chickens in a range of wild and domesticated versions. Excellent. You can expect basic consumables such as eggs, wool, and more. Feathers for making arrows, maybe? Bats, what are you going to get from bats? Diseases? Okay, we have in-game Icarus Wiki. A prospect field guide will provide information on every in-game term, including how to craft it, where to obtain it, what sets they belong to, and more. This will also link to the bestiary and fishing book, creating a new network of valuable information. Excellent. Water rework. The new water system will be okay. I think I need a drink of juice. Just give me 2 seconds. We'll try that again. I'm so sorry. I am getting a little bit cotton mouth. Not used to doing all the talking myself. Okay, definitely need a drink. Give me 2 seconds, excuse me. That's better. The water system will be receiving a rework, adding devices that clean water and provide buffs when drinking clean, purified water. We'll be adjusting fluids and including letting you add tea, coffee, cocoa, and other drinks to your canteens rather than needing a separate craftable item. Excellent. Does that also mean it's going to last more than one drink? In so much as you'll use the tea, coffee, cocoa, and other drinks as you would use water, in so much as it keeps you hydrated until it runs out? That would be good. Turrets. Now, I know that Cornet was interested in this one, especially for protecting your base from snasties. So, many of you have theorized this is something that we've been working on, and your theories have been correct. We're working on a tier 4 turret system that can automatically defend your base and attack creatures that stray too close. Well, they did mention turrets last week, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure they did. And they have a Prometheus map expansion. The Prometheus map in our New Frontiers expansion will be receiving 2 new regions and operations with a very different feel than the rest of the biomes. These will be focused on hardcore survival with limited resources and intense weather that renders the map unusable. Now that's interesting. That's going to be really, really good. And it's also going to give Cornet an extra challenge. So next week, what we get next week, a Biomore backpack. Next week's update will be a new Biomore backpack. That's not easy to say, by the way. For the team's medic. This will give the user the ability to play the support role, providing damage boosts and health regen buffs for coming in and reviving downed teammates, which we all know as soon as I get into bear territory means me. And there we have an image of a statue, but I can't actually tell which one, unless it's Well, it's in the lava lands, I know that. Okay. If you like what we're doing with Icarus and want to support our continued development, consider purchasing one of our DLCs for a few dollars. It would mean a lot to us. And they have a 10% and 25% discount, as is respective to which one you get. They've got the Icarus Architecture Bundle and the Outpost Bundle. So, changelog. Well, we have more than one item this week, so yay. The new content basically includes the raw wood signs, the armor icons into the inventory paper doll. Okay, that's new. Added binding to carcasses to drop them, and they've updated the usability of the light and G-slot items. Items now have an icon for the respective slots, and the G-slot items have an in-world tooltip that changes to red if you're unable to pick them up. Good. Quite often I've went to pick something up and I'm sitting there going, why could I not pick that up? And I'm like, duh, because you've got something else on your G-slot. So, what have they fixed or given us for quality of life? The Tier 4 anvil was disabled yellow and black decal material that was showing through walls. The proper fix for the yellow-black decals using ITM shader and offset geometry to prevent Z fighting. That's to do with your XYZ axis, I assume, and the clashes between the three. They fixed a bug causing the contact device to play audio when loading the game or approaching from multiple tiles away. Okay. Fixed a bug. Nice one, thank you. Updated respawn message to mention losing equipment instead of respawn penalty, as there is no XP lost on death. Yes, that would make sense, because they removed the XP loss from a death. So, howdy Moshbo, how are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining me and Michael. It's good to see you. How have you been? Hope your weather's better than mine. We've just been discussing that with Michael a while ago. We definitely have winter, and never mind the Game of Thrones slogan, "Winter is coming." It's already here. Moving on, they updated the Death Overflow bag highlightable, so it now shows as the remains of a fallen prospector. Good. Updated polar bear rug G-fur setting to be more stable when physics are settling. They've removed physics on G-fur for grizzly and polar bear rugs. So maybe the grizzly bear won't stick its head in the floor now. Have the respawn rate of voxel and plant-based exotics in open world, as these spawns add repeatedly, so will increase each time if not gathered. Yeah, I can see that. That would be, not good, not good. They updated all fish textures from the small texture group to the medium texture group. Alrighty, thank you. Replaced green mount tame icons with white icons. Okay. They have lowered the opacity of light G-slot background. Okay, so you can see through it better. Okay. Show bulky slot icon on mount's bulky slot. Well, that would make sense. how do you know there is a bulky slot if you can't see the icon for it? They also hide in-world bulky slot on shields, as these can go in normal inventory slots. Well, yes. They fixed an issue where Art Deco vase destructible mesh was incorrect. It was the vault. Yeah, I can see that as being a big or a small issue, depending on whether or not you've got the vault or the Art Deco vase. They added delivery pod door open and close, hooking up close animation to play when leaving, and also fixing armor repair audio to data table. Alrighty. So when we put the stuff into the or get things from the delivery pod, put things in it, we never actually see a door open or close. Now we do. Cool. Prevent meteor showers from potentially occurring before the world has completely loaded. That would be good. How to destroy your map before you even get it. Nice. I'm just going to scroll up a bit. Fix light slot toggle for clients in improved hotbar UI. Yeah, I can see why that would be a good change. They've updated the in-game reference to Styx expansion DLC to correctly be named Styx expansion DLC. Okay. Was it not called that? Can't say as I've noticed. They fixed the light and bulky slot icons on items for inventories in crates. Good. They fixed the seed pouch not receiving picked up seeds after loading a prospect. Okay, so you load back into a prospect and you don't get the seeds you've picked up because the seed bag doesn't recognize that you picked them up. Oops. Fixed seed pickup totals being shown incorrectly on the HUD. That would make sense, yes, thank you. They fixed or re-enabled take all button in seed pouch. Yeah, because when you empty it, you want to empty all of it. They've added a hint to map screen or to add or remove marker. So they've added a hint for you to do that. Cool. And finally, for this section, add building deconstruct hint to hammers. That sounds like a good idea. Scrolling up. If you have any ideas or comments, guys, jump on in. Let's skim through the future content. I'm just going to take a slight break away from the notes, the update for a second to say, and as was posted in the Discord server, I won't be able to play any subsequent gameplay because I have to work tomorrow again. So 6-day weeks. So I'm off on Sunday, but I'm working tomorrow. So it looks like that might be the case for the next couple of weeks until we get to the other side of New Year. So sorry, guys. It can't be helped. It is just madness at work at the moment. So, future content. Let's have a look. There. Okay. They adjusted the emissive values for the neon signs, so it will now have a proper neon glow. when turned on. Yeah, it's not a neon light unless it looks like one. Added Black Wolf revolver static and skeletal mesh. Black Wolf revolver. They added textures and materials for the same. What else do we have? Adding consume water from purifier, audio event, and BP imp. Here we go. Permit turret prototype to be rotated on deploy outside only. Add basic HUD. So you can only put them outside. Not a good idea to have them inside, because if you have an animal or a Kia stuck underneath your base or something stupid like that, it's going to destroy the base. So, what do we have next? We have volume balance tweaks on the Scorp rifle. That was mentioned last week, and they've added appropriate audio for the biomass. Okay. Added the Black Wolf revolver icon. It's going to be so cool to see what that looks like. Can you just imagine a claw turned around backwards for the trigger? That would be so cool. What do we have? Prototype turret change various constant stats. Okay. What do we have? More about the revolver and the Scorp rifle. Testing cave worms. Added ice building tier icons, so we get told which tier the pieces are. Placed nav modifier volumes and cliff pass Ashlands Prometheus. Nav modifier? A lot of audio being added here. Added deploy, trap, large bear, and animations. We're gonna get to trap them now. Lovely. So we've got neon sign, rocket works things added here. Scanning forward, more about the flag and the signs. I'm loving the New Zealand spelling of this here. Adding supporters flag and sign plius variations item setup. So, yeah. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Submitting mini hippo bones, second variation, mesh and textures. Mini hippo was mentioned last week, I do believe. And chicken mesh. Small adjustments to the revolver trigger audio. And finally, the turret prototype change way. Turrets. Okay, turret prototype change where turrets are instanced internally to match other objects, trait data, and tidy up stat descriptions. Okay, the turret prototype changed the way the turrets are instanced internally to match other objects or trait data and tidy up stat descriptions. Okay. I did say I wasn't going to be a bunch of information this week because I'm not privy to all the information that, well, I'm privy to it, but I can't keep on top of the information that Cornet grabs from different Discord servers and so on and so forth. So apologies that it has not been a particularly lengthy um, patch notes. Yeah, secret sources. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he just reads a lot more about it than I do, and as I said, as in such that I don't have as much time to actually game the game right now because I've got the full-time job, and he does keep on top of the Discord servers that we're both a part of, and he also he watches other people's gameplay and so on and so forth to get ideas as to how to do things or whether or not there's a better way for him to do things. Or maybe he has the better way for doing things. But yeah, secret sources indeed. I'm going to scroll back up. So watch your eyes, peeps. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Didn't want to go quite too far there. I would like to say thank you very much to everybody who watched, anybody who lurked, and all who participated in the chat, namely Michael and Moshbo. Michael gets tonight's Friday first medal, so well done you. I think we're going to have to get you a bigger medal board. You're more than welcome, Michael. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been really quick, actually. I didn't realize that Cornet and I actually discussed it just quite that far. But when you're doing it on your own, it's kind of difficult to have a one-way conversation. But yes, the that brings us to the end of tonight's update. I'd like to see everybody back next week. I am still unsure about Thursday. I don't think Thursdays are turning out to be my late night finishes for this month. It's horrendous. I will definitely be doing the Friday updates regardless of whether Cornet is here. I'm not sure if he's going to be here, but he will keep me posted. I hope he's enjoying his holiday. He definitely deserves it. And so, yeah, good luck to you, Cornet. I hope to see you next week. If not, say lovey. That brings us to the end. So for right now, it's good night from me, myself, and I. And remember, it's a dangerous world out there, so please take care of yourselves and each other. Good night.